and welcome to ISTV English News. I'm Dhanya. Let's take a look at the top story first. First train will run on Jiribam to Tupul railway tracks in 2017 March, says General Manager NEFR. The news in detail. As soon as construction of the Jiribam to Tupul railway tracks is completed, the Northeast Frontier Railway will ensure that the train engine reaches Tupul and that the first train will run on the tracks in March 2017. The reasons why it is taking more time than earlier expected is that the road communication is really bad, and also various armed or unarmed groups have been giving undue pressure on the railway authority and the labour force. This was stated by the General Manager of the Northeast Frontier Railway Construction, Rajesh Kumar, during an exclusive conversation with the ISTV News. Our staff reporter, Nabakumar, reports that the work for construction of the railway line from Jiribam to Tupul is making considerable advance. There are 39 tunnels and many other long and short bridges on the 98-kilometer long railway line from Jiribam to Tupul. Many different companies are sharing the construction work by dividing them into different portions such as tunnel, earthwork and bridge. The General Manager further said the construction work of the railway line is going on in full swing. Most of the tunnels have been completed. The earthwork and construction of the bridges are also going on. If there is no hindrance, the railway engine will most probably reach Tupul by next year, the GM said.
The gift from Indian Railways that we want to give to the people of Manipur to take in the first phase up to Tupul, and then from Tupul to Imphal it will take another 2 years, that is by March 2018.
He further said, as the condition of the highway from Jiribam is very poor and as the bridges cannot withstand the heavy loads, it was very difficult for the railway materials to be transported. This was another reason for the delay in the works, he said.
Taking the machine, even to take to the highway also, it was difficult because the machines are weighing about 60 tons and the highway bridge capacity is about 18 tons. From highway to work site is about 10 kilometers, somewhere 20 kilometers.
Besides, the undue pressure and restrictions imposed by various groups also caused delay in the works. He appealed to the people to extend cooperation as the project is going to become a huge property of Manipur in future.
I would like to appeal to the militants because this project is for the people of Manipur. It's not a profitable venture. This project is is not being done for making profit. It is for the people of Manipur.
He thanked the government of Manipur for extending help in the endeavours of the railway authority. As the government of Manipur has been greatly enthusiastic, the construction work has reached the present stage, he said.
Honorable Chief Minister, he reviewed the whole progress and whatever help possible from security point of view, from other infrastructure point of view, he has been very, very helpful.
Sajibu Nongma Panba Cherauba was held throughout Manipur and beyond wherever Meiteis inhabit with religious fervour and gaiety. As part of the religious and traditional festival, people offer vegetables, fruits, flowers, etc. to Lord Sanamahi. Every household prepares sumptuous meals and share the same with the neighbours. Later in the afternoon, young and old people climbed the Cherau Ching hill and prayed to God. In today's national and international news, in Jammu and Kashmir, militants attacked an army camp in Samba district today. Defence sources said some militants hurled grenade targeting army establishment in Maheshwar area of Samba around 6 this morning. Heavy exchange of fire broke out following retaliation by security forces. The encounter is still continuing. The Union Cabinet has approved the Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana to provide skills training to youth across the country. The scheme will be implemented by the Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship through the National Skill Development Corporation with an outlay of 1,500 crore rupees. The focus under this Yojana will be on improved curricula, better pedagogy and better trained instructors. The Cabinet also cleared introducing of the Appropriation Acts Repeal Bill 2015 in Parliament. The bill aims at repealing 758 Appropriation Acts. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will address farmers in the next edition of Mann Ki Baat tomorrow on All India Radio. The program will be broadcast on the entire AIR network at 11 a.m. Farmers can write letters to the address All India Radio, Akashvani Bhavan, Parliament Street, New Delhi 110001. People can also send their suggestions on the web portal mygov.in. The Telangana police have registered a case of cheating and also under Prevention of Atrocities Against SC/ST Act against Congress MP Renuka Chaudhary for allegedly taking a bribe of rupees 1.10 crores from an aspiring election candidate. The wife of Ramji Naik, a local congressman and tribal leader, has alleged that in exchange for money, Chaudhary promised an assembly ticket to her husband for last year's state elections, which was not given to him. As protests across the state are growing louder each day, the Karnataka government has finally decided to give in to the demand of the people seeking a CBI probe in late IAS officer D.K. Ravi's death case. According to reports, the state government is likely to hand over Ravi's case to the CBI after the preliminary report of the CID investigation is out. Formal notification for ordering a CBI probe in the IAS officer's case will be announced soon. The foreign ministers of China, Japan and South Korea are meeting for their first talks in 3 years. The meeting in Seoul is likely to focus on ways to ease regional tensions over territorial and diplomatic disputes. The three states have strong economic ties, but relations still suffer from unresolved issues dating back to Japan's actions in World War II. A Chinese foreign ministry spokesman said he hoped the ministers would be able to look forward into the future. South Korea's Yoon Byung-se welcomed Japan's Fumio Kishida and China's Wang Yi to South Korea's capital yesterday. Foreign ministers from the three countries last met in April 2012 for their 6th annual trilateral meeting. It was cancelled the following year after Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe angered China and South Korea by visiting a shrine that honors Japan's war dead, including a number of senior war criminals. Islamic State (IS) say its militants carried out suicide bombings on 2 mosques in the Yemeni capital Sana'a, which killed at least 137 people. The attacks are the first claimed by IS, a Sunni group, since it set up a branch in Yemen in November. Both mosques were used mainly by supporters of the Zaidi Shia-led Houthi rebel movement, which controls Sana'a. Yemen has suffered from political instability for years, and Houthi rebels control 9 of the 21 provinces. The government of internationally recognized President Abed Rabo Mansour Hadi has fled to the southern port city of Aden. 4 suicide bombers attacked the Badr Mosque in the south of Sana'a and the Al-Hashush Mosque in the north of the capital as worshippers gathered for Friday prayers. At the Badr Mosque, one bomber entered the building and detonated his explosives, while other people were caught by the second bomber near the main gates. And now let's take a look at the top story once again. First train will run on Jiribam to Tupul railway tracks in 2017 March, says General Manager NEFR. Thanks for joining us, and we wish you all a very happy Sajibu Nongma Panba Cherauba.